Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, and you know what Tuesday means. It is an update for Modern Warfare. And today's update is kind of interesting because as far as update goes, it's relatively small, but there's some kind of weird things inside today's update. Now, it's just a playlist update, so you don't have to download anything or anything like that. And it adds a bunch of new game modes into multiplayer. It makes some changes to Warzone, adds some new things to the store. Generally speaking, what you expect from an update. But there are things missing from this update, and there are some things in this update that kind of surprised me. So as always in every Tuesday video, today we are going to be going over everything that is in this full update and talking about the effect it has on the game and the effect it's going to have when you are actually playing, especially in Warzone, because the Warzone one is what kind of actually surprises me today. So the first thing we're going to look at today is the Twitch drops. These Twitch drops started last week, and the last day for them is today. Actually, it's tomorrow, but it says that it's going to end tomorrow morning, and I am going to be streaming tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So to earn these things, all you have to do is watch my live stream. It is the first link down in the description, and as I said, it is the last day for this. So if you want to earn these items that you're seeing on screen for absolutely free, anyone can earn them. All you have to do is check out my live stream, and as I said, first link down in the description, and the stream will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So if you want to earn those items, check out the stream. Like I said, today is the last day for it. So to start off looking at today's update, we're going to start with the Warzone playlist. So first of all, you have your normal playlist, quads, trios, and solos. There is no duos. I do not know when duos is coming. It is in the game files. We just don't know when they're actually adding it into the game itself. It's strange that it is still not there. I know a lot of people are waiting for it, but at this point, it is still not there. Now, the new playlist this week is Blood Money, which we've seen before. Blood Money is a trios playlist, so you play with 3 other people, and it's basically exactly like normal Plunder, but this time you just get extra cash when you kill people. In other words, it's a little bit easier to hit that $1 million. As I said, I don't know why there's no duos or any new playlist to Battle Royale, but as far as this week, this is all we're getting. Now, the other change that they've made to Warzone is that they have removed helicopters. I know, it's a very strange update. Why remove helicopters? The answer is pretty simple. There is an out-of-the-map glitch currently with helicopters, and of course, they don't want people doing that. They weren't able to fix it for this update, so instead of just keeping them there and having people get out of the map, they've just removed them, which makes a lot of sense. We've seen other Battle Royale games do this as well. It's a way of temporarily fixing things until they get that bug actually fixed. Now, my question with this is probably the most broken thing right now in Warzone is akimbo snake shots, and everyone's using them. Every game I get into, I see people with them, and they're just simply broken. And Joe Seacott actually said that in the next small update, we were supposed to be getting some sort of nerf for the snake shots. In this update, there is no nerf for the snake shots. Why? I have no idea. I don't know why they haven't fixed them yet, but they are still just as powerful as they were before today. When will they be fixed? I don't know. Maybe next Tuesday. I'm just have my fingers crossed. Hopefully it's as soon as possible. And in fact, it may actually be this Friday, because one thing that they did do today is they've extended double XP from the weekend. Now, this was supposed to be only during the weekend. The reason why they extended it is because, as we know, the matchmaking was really messed up over the weekend. So they've extended double XP, double weapon XP, and double tiers until Friday. So there will be another playlist update coming on Friday, and it may be possible that snake shots get nerfed by then, but as of right now, nothing to do with that, just the double XP until Friday. Moving into the store items that we have this week, we have 2 new bundles that are both pretty cool. The first of which is the Mace Guns Blazing bundle, and the first thing you get is the Tombstone skin for Mace. I'm not gonna lie, this skin is pretty badass. I kind of like all of Mace's skins, but this one he's essentially wearing a hood, shirt off, because that seems to be the thing with Season 3. And on top of that, you have 2 weapon blueprints. The first one is drawn and quartered. This is for the Grau. It's a pretty decent looking weapon, but the attachments on it really aren't that great. I use completely different attachments on mine. This one's kind of built for close quarters. The second one, I believe, is for the Striker 45 called the Garrote, and this one actually has better attachments, but it's for the Striker 45, and I know not as many people use that weapon. After this, you have an operator quip, and then you have a finishing move called Run Through. This one essentially you stab your enemy in the armpit and then cut their throat. It's pretty badass. On top of this, we have a new watch, a new melee weapon, charm, calling card, and emblem, and this one is going to cost 2,400 COD points, or about $24 American, a little bit less than that. The second thing that we got is a new bundle called the Plunder Pack. This is basically just vehicle skins for pretty much every vehicle that you can imagine. It is a gold and black skin. All of these look pretty damn good. The one thing I will say is right now, as we talked about before, you can't use helicopters, so you can't use this one. And on top of that, with the APCs and tanks, as we know as of right now, at least they are not in Warzone or Plunder. Hopefully they don't add them into Warzone. But the thing is with the multiplayer playlist, you can't even use the tank ones in multiplayer right now. Now, the reason why I say that is because the current ground war playlist that we have right now is Boots on the Ground War, which there are no tanks, no APCs or anything like that in this game mode, so you can't use those either, at least until next week. Now, there was some other game modes added in as well. So first of all, they removed Ground War Reinfected, Cranked 3v3, and Normal Ground War this week. Obviously, that was replaced by Boots on the Ground War, but what it got replaced with is, first of all, Gun Game Reloaded. So this is relatively straightforward. As far as a game mode, this is normal gun game, but instead of just getting regular weapons with 1 or 2 attachments on them, these are all replaced by weapon blueprints. Now, on top of this, I've seen other weapons like Akimbo Deagles and things like that, so they're much more in-depth weapons, and then you finish off with the flaming throwing knife, which we know was added in the last update. I honestly think this is pretty cool. In my opinion, it's better than normal gun game, and I'm glad to see a nice update to it, and it makes sense to do it with the blueprint. Now, the other thing you may notice by the gameplay here is we are playing NVG or night vision, and no, not all of the maps that you play on will be night vision, but some of them are. Personally, I don't enjoy the night vision as much as just being able to see regularly, but I'm curious what you guys think. Do you like gun game when it's normal, or do you like it when it's night vision? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, the other playlist that we got is Shipment 24/7, so this one is 5v5 once again, and this is great if you're grinding for obsidian, you're grinding for any weapon camos, or trying to complete any challenges. This is the playlist that you want to be on. And then finally, the newest one, the one that was supposed to come out with Season 2, we've got Demolition. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised by Demolition. Demolition was a game mode that I actually played a lot of back in Modern Warfare 2. The nice thing with Demolition is the spawns are set, so you know exactly where your enemies are going to be spawning. Their spawn won't move really too much, and you can really spawn trap people, especially if you got a good team. So that's a big positive for Demolition. Also, it's an objective game mode, so generally people don't camp as much, but I mean, this is Modern Warfare, you can only expect so much. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty nice to actually play this game mode once again. A lot of people don't know this, but Demolition was a game mode that started, I believe it was in Modern Warfare 2, but Infinity Ward was actually the people to come out with it. So I was actually kind of surprised that it took them this long to actually bring this game mode over into Modern Warfare this year. Now, there is one thing that is missing from today's update, and no, I'm not talking about the snake shot nerf, although, yeah, that is kind of missing. I would have much preferred if it was in there, but that's beside the point. What I'm talking about is there's a game mode that actually isn't there today. Last week, they put out a revised roadmap for Season 3, and they added that this week, we were supposed to be getting gunfight melee weapons, which was going to include things like riot shields, knives, hatchets, things along those lines. And as of right now, that is not in the game. So will that be coming this Friday? I mean, they said it was going to be coming this week. I don't really know. All I know is currently not in this update of the game. But ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much this week's update, and I'm curious what you guys think about it. I'm still surprised at how little changes we've seen to the Warzone playlist, when if you go watch yesterday's video, we talked about how many different Warzone and Battle Royale playlists are actually in the files, ranging from one shot to duos to some things that change the speed that the zone moves in. They still aren't in the game, and it doesn't seem as though they're adding them anytime soon. So the question is if there's that many in the game files, are these all going to be a part of Season 4, or will they be coming in the coming weeks? I don't know the answer to that, but it is interesting nonetheless. On top of that, we did get a bunch of playlist updates for multiplayer, which I love to see. Also, Shipment 24/7, as I mentioned before, is fantastic for grinding those camos, so hopefully you guys are able to pump out some camos for weapons this week. On top of that, like I mentioned before, until Friday, you've got that double weapon XP, so perfect week to be grinding those weapon challenges. But then, of course, we are still waiting for that Akimbo nerf. We know that an RPG nerf is coming as well, at least for Warzone. We don't know when those are going to be coming. All we know is, according to the developers, it was supposed to be with the next small update, which you'd think was today. But as of right now, maybe next Tuesday, maybe this Friday, we'll have to wait and see it. But as always, I will keep you guys updated whenever anything changes. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. It is the best way to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare and everything Call of Duty. On top of that, if you enjoyed this video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. And let me know what you think of this update down in the comments below. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.